This video is going to be on capacitors. This is a start capacitor. Start capacitor is only momentarily in the circuit, while the compressor on an HVAC system is trying to start. This is a Copeland. It's rated 145 to 174 microfarads at 220 volts. As you'll see here, it has a a resistor on here. It's called the bleed resistor. This bleed resistor is typically 15,000 ohms or 15 kilo. This is normally made of plastic because it doesn't need to dissipate heat as a run cap would. Run caps are normally made out of metal. The metal helps dissipate the heat to the atmosphere. That's why a lot of times you'll see them clamped down real tight with a metal strap. Metal on metal helps transfer heat. Plus the air around it helps get rid of the heat. Heat and moisture are the two killers on anything electrical. This is only, and what this typically does is, this number one will make it safe to handle because it won't store any charge, because this bleed resistor discharges the capacitor once the power's off. Now the run capacitor, no, that'll store the voltage and you'll have to short them out. But they recommend by the OEMs that you don't short these out like this with a piece of metal, that you use one of these here to just short them out. This can damage them by shorting them out that way. I've never actually experienced that, but most of the guys in my trade, yeah, they just short them out. But capacitors are very, very cheap, so it's no big deal if for some reason it were bad to replace them. I mean, they're between $5 and $10 for a run cap. The little ones like the 5s. But anyway, this is, when you find one of these, they're going to have a relay in the circuit somewhere. And the most common one is the potential relay. Now the potential relay opens a set of contacts, open and close. And when it does, if it doesn't have this bleed resistor in here, it'll build up carbon on the contacts, and eventually it'll fail. This will extend the life. This cheap little resistor on here will extend the life of the potential relay, and the potential relay is a lot more money. So that's worth it. These are normally made out of like Bakelite or some type of hard plastic. Let me see what else you need to know. Oh, yeah, on the rating, there's your rating, 145 to 174. Now, testing it. When I use my meter, I test it, it reads 150 with it out of the circuit. I went ahead and I cut the thing and separate it. It's 150, but with it connected to the circuit, it reads 250. So when you do read these, in order to get an accurate reading, you're going to want to have this removed from the circuit to accurately test it. We're getting 150, which is above 145, which means it's good. And that's how you test a start capacitor.